Hello and welcome back to Chasing Trophies. This is our first football episode. I'm your host, Mustafa, and I'm joined by my co host, Mr. Faiz Tahir. This is a bit of a hypocrite kind of video because our team is not in the Champions League, but we will be discussing the Champions League. We love the Champions League, and despite Manchester United not being there, it's still a great tournament and a tournament that we wish we'd play one day and hopefully soon. Yes, Faiz, how are you doing?
डूइंग गुड मैन आई मीन जीजीएमयू हाला मैड्रिड काफी मशहूर है सो आई थिंक वही वाले सिचुएशन में हम लोग फंस गए हैं बट देखो यार ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं अगर मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड इज नॉट इन द चैंपियंस लीग वी स्टिल हैव ब्रूनो कुनिया अभी भी हम चैंपियंस लीग वाले टीमों को मार रहे हैं बट ऑब्वियसली नहीं रहना यूनाइटेड इज वेरी अनोइंग बट या हजम करना पड़ेगा होपफुली वी व्हेन वी रिटर्न एंड वी स्टे देयर फॉर अ कपल ऑफ इयर्स.
Yeah, 100%, man. And I mean, the Champions League is back on. Normally, we don't see Champions League in January, but with the new format, which started like last year, a couple of years ago, we're seeing Champions League in January, which I do like. I don't mind this system. I like this new format.
Yeah.
Ye league jo system hai na, I think it is kind of entertaining. It took a bit of time for people to adjust. But it's pretty good because we get to see good matches in group stages now, right? In the league stages.
Yeah.
Before it was very one-sided games. Although we do get that, but we do get big games as well. We had Inter Arsenal yesterday. Obviously, Arsenal winning that. And for me, man, like I had Arsenal Premier League favorites from the start of the season. Champions League, I didn't have them favorites, but they're there right now, man. Number one position on the table. They have a solid defense and they can go a long way. Again, last time semi-finals पहुंचे थे, and now they have the experience to go one step further.
Yeah, 100%. I think the way the match panned out also, I mean, Arsenal in the first 10 minutes looked crazy, but then thoda Inter Milan settle हुए बाद they came back very well in the first half. But second half में again, like set piece FC coming to the fore. I mean, उनका जिस तरीके से सेटअप है भाई अलग लेवल पे खेल रही है आर्सेनल फिल वक्त एंड मेरे को तो भाई डर ये हो रहा कि यार खुदा ने खासा क्वाड्रुपल ना हो जाए बिकॉज यार जितने साल ये लोग ऑब्वियसली दे वेटेड अ लॉन्ग टाइम फॉर दिस टाइम like that they're in right now. Premier League जीत जाएंगे, Champions League, FA Cup में भी, and I think Carabao के final में already है, already they're in the Carabao final, right? Like so I think one trophy
might wait for the second leg, but if Chelsea don't win,
one leg in the final. So yeah, they've set up very well. The set piece, the way they come from the back, their players, it's daunting because कोई भी ready नहीं होता, you don't know what's going to happen. And Declan Rice delivery, Saka की delivery रखो आप, pinpoint accuracy भाई, like they've got it spot on in those things. Gabby Jesus coming, through for them after an injury. कैसा पकड़ा first goal like fox in the box वाला, such it hit one player and then he just put a leg to it. These kind of free goals, the moments that you need to kill a game, they're doing that. So right now they look but the only thing is if someday a team that comes defensively strong against them, I don't know who that is because we saw them destroy Bayern as well. Madrid is looking in all sorts of problems. City is, we know what's happening with City right now. So which team on that day, is there any team right now in this Champions League setup that can probably stop them? It doesn't look like it, but yeah, you never know. I mean, Champions League is a freak one.
Yeah, and one thing with Champions League, you need a bit of luck. Sometimes it goes to penalties, sometimes it goes. So if Arsenal get that their way, then it's going to be difficult to stop them. PSG, the champions last year, they were outstanding. Again, they changed their season. At that time, you're probably asking the same question: who's going to stop Arsenal, Man City? But PSG suddenly came out and went on an unbelievable run.
Yeah.
But a loss last night and against Sporting, we could say it's a bit of a blip, but yeah, it opens up this Champions League table because it looked like Arsenal, PSG, these guys will finish top 2, top 3, top 4, but right now it's only Arsenal who's confirmed top 2. The rest of the table is open, and yeah, surprised with PSG's performance yesterday.
Yeah, unlucky also as well. At the same time, I think a lot of offsides that happened against them, a lot of fouls also they considered. They did get to the goal a lot of time, but कुछ ना कुछ होते जा रहा था, या तो foul मिल जा रहा था, या तो offside हो जा रहा था. So I think even the way Lisbon got their goals, I think it was against run of play नहीं बोल सकते. Lisbon did attack a couple of times very well, but yeah, Dembele हो गए, Kvaratskhelia का goal भाई incredible. वो क्या talent है भाई, like you saw the way he curled it. Beautiful finish, but yeah, Lisbon getting that goal in the end. गोली की mistake है, आप सीधा पाँव में धकेल दिए player के, and Luis Suarez, ironically उनका नाम है, he got the goal. I think the second one, which
he got both.
Keeper's mistake. He didn't punch it out. He got both. Yeah, even the first one header, I think, right? I think दोनों उसके ही मिले. So yeah, so ending का जो था, I think इच्छी बात थी from the goalkeeper. But PSG, if you look at the entire game as well, they did get chances, but yeah, it's just one of those days जहाँ पे आपको गोल नसीब नहीं हुआ and it went against them probably. But top 9, 8 finish में I guess probably you will see Arsenal, PSG they're still in the top bracket, right? 13 point कुछ है दोनों, 10 point है
Yep.
बच्चे.
Yeah. So I think the top eight qualify, and then the rest have to play that 9 to 24 have to play that round of 16. What do you call it?
16.
That
Yeah,
yeah, it's called something I forgot,
knockout,
but
knockout
yeah,
something,
no,
right?
they called it some depressing thing, man. I forgot. Like it's something, but yeah. Real Madrid, man. Real Madrid again. Obviously, it's not the Real Madrid that have won Champions Leagues in the past, but you can never count them out. And yesterday they showed like what they can do on their day. Again, Mbappe getting a couple of goals, Vinicius Junior. They're linking up. They're looking good together as well. They're looking happy. They're celebrating as well. But obviously, like that inconsistency is there, especially in their defense when they come up with Arsenal, when they come up against big teams. On the will they be able to tightly defend? And they had legends like Sergio Ramos and a lot of these guys at the back. I think the biggest I saw Real Madrid play live. I think the biggest thing they're missing is that calmness and composure that Modric and Cruz used to provide for them in the
Yeah,
midfield.
100%.
When teams used to press them, these guys used to be composed and then pick out the passes. Now they don't have that going forward. So I think that's one thing that they're lacking. But yesterday was a great performance, and we'll never count them out until they're knocked out. We'll keep them in the fray of things because we saw what they did with Benzema as well when they didn't have the best team at that time.
बिल्कुल भाई, like they stopped a City team in that which was much better than them and was in form. I think देखो again with Real Madrid, it's a moments kind of a club. Someone always steps up. A 95th minute winner by Ramos, a penalty by Ronaldo. We've seen this in the past with them. Rudiger, I think, was one of the hidden talents in that season that they won. Like I mean, जिस तरीके से उन्हें defend. So the individual brilliance will all come. याद है आपको कोर्टवा भी इंजर हो गया था, लूनन आ गया था, लूनन मौत खेलने लग गया था. So 100% like they have, you cannot count them out till the end, but I completely agree जो आप बोल रहे कि भाई Cruz and Modric, the काम करने वाले कोई नहीं है, because Bellingham भी गर्म हो जा रहा. There's no one of that temperament that is settling in nature. You're not getting that feel from anyone right now. And it doesn't look like they're going to sign anyone. It doesn't look like usually they don't also sign anyone in the winter. So I don't know who's going to be that source of income, but it's good to see at least Vinicius Junior, Mbappe दोनों साथ celebrate कर रहे with all the rumors that we hear. He got the player of the day, I think, man of the match. Vinicius Junior did goal, assist and all of that. Mbappe भी जब रोनाल्डो का record on the line रहता तो उनको कुछ अलग ही हो जाता. 11 गोल हो गए उनके. So next game I think he can break that record of a top scorer in the round of like the initial rounds of the Champions League.
Yep, and we'll talk about some of the teams who didn't play yet, but will play tonight. Liverpool, they have Mohamed Salah back, but obviously Liverpool this year haven't been the Liverpool of last year. A lot of changes in their team, but they're still in that top 4 race in the Premier League, and we know what Anfield can do in European nights. Even if you don't have the greatest team, they have the culture, they have the fans behind them. So yeah, Liverpool. Do you see something different from them, or will they get knocked out again? Last time, to be honest, they were a good team, and they just came up with a PSG team who were better than them. But this time around, obviously, it doesn't exude that confidence.
Yeah, 100%. Also, आप जो shirt पहने, I think उन लोगों के हिसाब they're playing against them only, right? Marseille, if I'm
Yes,
not mistaken.
yes,
And
against Marseille.
Mason Greenwood has been obviously we love him, though despite whatever conspired in our own club, which we can't speak about Manchester United right now because they're not in the league. But I think Marseille has done very well this season as well. They've been, I think they're doing well in the French league as well. But Anfield, thoda bahut after this year we've seen they've lost a couple of games there as well. They've looked shaky in the back. Liverpool again, the players that you look to inspire in the middle, probably Gravenberch, McAllister to hold the ball and keep it. वो नहीं दिख रहा आपको. फिर Words अभी Words थोड़ा rise होते हुए दिख रहा है. So that is the thing. अब Mohamed Salah, will he be able to carry the form that he did have at the Africa Cup of Nations? But though it didn't look like with the ball, but he was getting the goal, right? He was getting the assist. If he can even bring that much, I think to Liverpool, that'll probably make a lot of difference. Yeah, I think Gakpo abhi I think वापस आ चुका है. So Liverpool just needs again that Anfield backing from the crowd and everything going together. Also, the slot out is started, so that also is a little bit of pressure on them. And if Mr. Van Dijk, he has to step up because he's been making a lot of blunders. We saw that the other day handball bhi ho gaya tha, I think unka earlier stages of the Champions League mein. So yeah, Liverpool, Marseille will probably be a very good game to watch.
Yep, and there will be pressure on their manager as well. Talking about fluid football, high quality football. It's Barcelona, man. They when they play, it's just amazing to watch. Obviously, they have the problems, defensive issues and stuff. But like when it just comes to pure football, passing it around, I know sometimes it can become boring because of the high possession that they play. But they're a very fun team to watch. They've got some great youngsters. Lamine Yamal, Rafinha has been outstanding for them. Sometimes Marcus Rashford comes on off the bench as well. And there are reports that they want him to stay. They want to keep him in the team. Pedri, I think, is a sensational player, man. I think the work that he does in the Barcelona team is highly underrated. Some sort to Busquets in the sense that not maybe his physicality, but in terms of his passing play, picking the right players. Again, he has control over the ball. He makes the simple passes or even complicated passes look very easy. And he's like the engine room in that team. But yeah, Barcelona. They're in mid-table right now in the Champions League, but we do expect them to make it to the round of 16, and then from there anything can happen.
This is their goal, why like they don't. I think they the league is there obviously, but this is their goal. Last year heartbreak, Inter Milan के खिलाफ जो हुआ उनका 95th minute में, they won't forget that. In Barcelona, like they've not won a Champions League, like who are we to say, but they've not won a Champions League in a while right now. Right? It's been what, I think 2016, 2015. I don't know when the last time they won the Champions League. And if you look at the one of, for me, their heroes, Lamine not being in that Lamine form we saw last year. Now I think the last game that he played, he looked much better, though they lost against Sociedad, but he looked like he was coming back to his form. Fermin Lopez, bhai, like almost they sold Fermin Lopez this year to Chelsea for a 40 million deal, but फिर वो cancel कर दिए. And उन्हें जिस form में रहा है, he's been a provider as well as a goal creator and a goal scorer for them. I think he's been amazing in that central role. And like you said, Pedri, but I think the goalkeeper that they bought also, Ter Stegen से नहीं चल रहा था. Joan Garcia जो आया है उनके लिए, he's been in sensational touch. And yeah, this is their main goal मेरे लिए. तो I think Champions League जीतना है. If they don't do it this year, I think it'll be again a heartbreak. And that probably with the league would be wonders for the club. So yeah, Barcelona, they're playing a relatively, I think, a team that's on the brink of elimination. I think Silvia Praha, or I don't know how you pronounce it.
Silvia Praha.
Yeah. So I think maybe they'll obviously win this one, and probably they'll qualification chance will probably get better.
Yeah, Garcia also, like I saw him against Espanyol. That game, he actually, the first time I saw Barcelona, like, a goalkeeper won them the game. In a while, normally you see them, they're the ones who create the chances, they miss the chances. But this was like, they were on the back foot in that game, and it was like a derby. They were playing in their an enemy territory, like all the fans were going in. But he pulled up a man of the match performance. It was one of the best goalkeeping performances that I've seen this season. So, like, good part on him. And they've still got the experience in Lewandowski. If they need, like, those last minute goals, they need something off the bench, or they need him to start and score some goals, they still have him. Whatever it is at this age, he's still very clinical, and he'll slot in those goals.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people might be upset with that Cancelo signing, but let's see what he manages to bring them. Wasn't the greatest against Sociedad, but yeah, I think Cancelo coming back to Barcelona, if he can get his feet right, because जो City में दिखता था, Bayern में नहीं दिखा, और अभी he's on even Saudi, he wasn't able to do a lot. But I think he won the league with Hilal, but still, let's see what he manages to do on his return to Barcelona.
Yeah, and speaking a bit about the lesser but bogey teams like Atletico Madrid, do you see any chances for them? Tottenham yesterday winning a game, couple of goals, good atmosphere finally in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They beat Dortmund 2-0, I think, and then we've also got Newcastle playing today. Newcastle at home is a different vibe. Same Jesus Park under the lights on a European night is something that I'm really enjoying. We've seen it only a few times in our lives, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I remember we watched that game 5-0 that they beat PSG. Who was it? PSG, was it? We were going absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And they were all over the place. Dan Burn and Fabian Schär and all those guys. I think it was amazing. Yeah, Newcastle, obviously, different vibes. Obviously, अब थोड़ा बहुत हमारे को भी because Saudi backing है थोड़ा, तो थोड़ा हम उस तरफ अपनी loyalty बताते हैं. But yeah, it's going to be a good game. Obviously, again, Newcastle done well, but PSV also like in the bottom half of the table. Speaking of Atletico Madrid, man, that's going to be a crazy game as well. Both the teams have been doing well. आप तो Atletico Madrid को काफी follow कर रहे हैं, मुझे like Julian Alvarez and all of those guys.
They're not playing. They're not playing today though, right? It's Galatasaray is playing Atletico.
I think I read the wrong fixture.
But that's still going to be amazing because it's in Turkey.
Galatasaray also, man, like Galatasaray as well. Victor Osimhen coming back from
Atlanta is playing Athletic Bilbao.
Athletic Bilbao, okay.
Yeah.
मेरे को वही तक मैं Athletic पढ़ा था कुछ तो. So Galatasaray is playing Madrid, right?
Yes, Galatasaray is playing at home versus Atletico Madrid.
That'll also be a very good match, man. Like I think Osimhen also has been in good form for Nigeria coming back into the African Cup of Nations, and Atletico Madrid, like we discussed, though Simeone playing the same kind of style of football, but he always gets results. He always manages to do something well in the Champions League, and even in the league, there are some games that they really played very well before the injury of Alvarez. But I think like they're still going to be a solid game to watch.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Inter Milan. I think I saw some good things from them, like you mentioned in the first half. They looked, attacking, and they're the only ones I felt that who created problems for the Arsenal's backline by that high press. They were actually, from the midfield to the attack, they were pressing the Arsenal defenders. And if you saw, Arsenal were making defensive errors. Inter Milan, we know they're top of the league, but there's a couple of other teams I just want to talk about, which have European royalty: Bayern Munich and Juventus. These guys are big names in European football. Bayern Munich, obviously, they're a team on the day. Like today, they could win 10-0 if they have to. But, again, apart from that, was it 2013 when they won against Dortmund? And maybe a couple here and there. Did they beat PSG in the COVID season? Was it?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, they did.
yeah, yeah.
So
Neymar.
they do have Champions League that winning mentality. But yeah,
Yeah.
your thoughts on these two teams, Bayern Munich and Juventus?
Bayern obviously has been sensational. I mean, in their league, even in the Champions League, I think they're second right now. Harry Kane is having something else of a day, man. He's like I think he got a lot of goals this season as well. Fair. I mean, हमेशा हम बोलते कि भाई Bayern की league easy and stuff like that, but they've got to do the job. Luis Diaz, Owen, I think is available now, and I think that'll be a very big boost to their thing. Musiala नहीं रहने की वजह से, at least having played like Diaz and stuff. Olise on the right flank, he's been sensational. Like the way he creates opportunity, confusing the backs. कि मैं अंदर cut in कर रहा हूँ या ball डाल रहा हूँ. So that is something. So I think Bayern again easy qualification scenario लग रहा है, but you never know. Obviously in Champions League, what we saw yesterday with City, but you will back Bayern to do the necessary. With the other team, Juventus, yes, I think they're who are they playing? They're playing Mourinho, right? If I'm not, I think they're playing Benfica, right? So I think they're playing Benfica.
Yes,
Can't
they're
remember.
playing
Yeah, so they're playing Benfica. Benfica का तो हालत खराब ही है. But yeah, Juventus as well. I mean, they've not done well in the Champions League. I think they're also bottom half of the table. So उनके लिए भी they need some kind of inspiration from somewhere to manage. Game 7 है ये, match day 7 है, तो match day 8 तक अगर 2 consecutive wins है तो because point tally इतना close है, अभी भी opportunity तो है. It's just about probably getting that win.
Yeah, and one last team I just want to talk about is the world champions Chelsea. Again, change of manager. Like Champions League is a funny game. Like Chelsea, like they've had again up and down season. But Champions League, we've seen them do some crazy runs, man. That win still against Pep Guardiola when Tuchel was manager, that was unbelievable. Like they got that Champions League out of nowhere. Again, they have that winning mentality. They have Champions League kind of heritage, maybe not as big as Liverpool, obviously not as big as Liverpool, but Chelsea is a team that teams might watch out for if they start clicking in the knockouts.
Yeah. Bilkul bhai. I mean, Cole Palmer's comeback has been very important for them. Someone that can give you a goal here and there. Joao Pedro also, like हम जितना भी उसको बोलते कि यार ये FPL wise हम देखते उसको, but even like the last 2 games, I think he's gotten a goal, right? And now with this new manager, it looks like they're having more attacking intent, though their defensive backline has been in a problem. They're probably looking for a back as well in the winter. But abhi to filal, it looks like they're going to qualify for the next stage. To get to that, आखिरी पड़ाव of the Champions League, they need their whole like a side. And so जो शुरू में कर रहे थे जिस तरीके से top 3 में आ गए थे Premier League के, वो थोड़ा engine अगर उनका running हो गया, and then you have Reece James fit for the rest of the season, they look like a threat in any game. It's just like their 11 and their tactics at times. And now they have Garnacho as well. So that also has been giving them a lot of more chance creation in the box. So अच्छा है Chelsea का, like they can on their day beat any team. But yeah, they also have these days where you just feel like अरे ना क्या football खेल रहे. So वो balance अगर strike कर दिया Ross Senior, so it'll be fun for Chelsea fans.
Yes, and your prediction this season is very early right now, but who's going to play the finals of the Champions League?
I think the finals will probably be I'm saying Arsenal versus Barcelona. I think Barcelona Arsenal.
That would be good, man. I'll go with Real Madrid, Barcelona. I just don't want to see Arsenal anywhere there.
Yeah, me too. You have to
Yeah,
give it to
I'll
them.
go with El Clasico final. One more El Clasico, but yeah, that's a bit far fetched right now because Arsenal is playing really well in the Champions League. We do agree that probably they are the favorites right now, but things can change. We know that luck can change. A lot of things can change in the Champions League. But that's it for today. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, subscribe button, and please comment in the comment section as well. That will really help us in the algorithm. And yeah, stay tuned for more content on chasing trophies. Take care, everybody, and
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Thank you.